Good morning. Welcome to One Yard Wednesday. I'm Colleen from GE Designs, and today we have a great show for you. One Yard Wednesday is the show where we show you fun and creative ideas for use with fabulous fabrics at fantastic prices. And by fantastic, I mean $7.99 a yard for these quilt shop quality fabrics. What fun. The prices will be live on these fabrics at the end of the show, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about the fabrics we're going to look at today, and I've got a question for you. The fabrics are a collection by Patrick Lowe's from Northcott Fabrics, and they're all brights, which I really love. So the question is, what is the effect of color on brain functioning? In particular, what do bright colors do to how we think and feel? We can talk about that in just a minute. Before we do, I want to talk a little bit about the quilt behind me, which is a great GE single pattern. This is strips and salsa. So today's fabrics are, like I said, this beautiful fabrics by Patrick Lowe's, and there is one fabric that I think would make a fabulous background, and the brights would make fabulous blocks. So while you're looking at these fabrics, think about strips and salsa. I love this quilt. This particular quilt is made from the filigree line and has been very, very popular and a lot of fun. So let's get started looking at the fabrics. Here's the first one. This is a whole collection called Glam, and you can see why. This is Patrick Lowe's at his best. He loves bright, he loves showing off, and Glam is such a fun collection. This particular color is ruby. This is a deep red, and I love the deep red background with this pixelated texture in lighter shades of red. Perfect Glam ruby. The next fabric is called Glam Red Dress. Now, red dress, I think, is more of a true red, maybe a little light because of the light pixels in here, but a really fun and a pretty true red. The next color is one of my favorites. This is Glam Tourmaline. This warm and bright pink, and it is really in style now, given the fun summer movies that are out. This is a really fun pink, and again called Glam Tourmaline. My favorite color, isn't this pretty? This is called Glam Fire Opal. Real pretty, spot on, I think, orange with the true orange background, and the lighter and darker pixels make for a real interesting texture. I'm going in color wheel order here, as you can see. Up next is Glam Gold Digger. This is a really bright yellow, which again, I love these brights, and I can tell you why in just a minute. So this is Glam Gold Digger. Next up, Glam Starlight. Isn't that pretty? It's deep aqua, and with the lighter aquas and teals in the pixels. Love, love, love it. Glam Amethyst. Isn't this pretty? I'm going to need to move these a little bit closer to each other. Glam Amethyst is a great purple with some lights and some darks, and again those pixels which make these a very interesting texture. Next up, Glam Diamond. And this is the one that I was hinting at would make such a great background for strips and salsa. I would use this as background, and all of these for the blocks. It would be a smashing strips and salsa. Glam Diamond. Next up, Glam Stainless. That's that really pretty stainless steel, which is just a real popular gray, and we just love how that plays again with all of the brights here. Finally, Glam After 5. So if we put Glam After 5 with Glam Red Dress, ooh, we've got a hot pair right there. Glam After 5 is a very pretty black with 3 or 4 shades of gray in the pixels, and I really love them a lot. Guess what? I've got a notion. And today my notion is a fusible interfacing, which I really love. Let's take a look. The fusible that I have today is called Heat and Bond Light Sewable. And it is a fusible. It's a double-sided fusible, so it's going to be great for applique, and it's easy to sew on. Once you fuse this onto your fabric, you can sew on this, and it's permanent, it's washable, and it won't gum up your sewing machine needles. It's just a great fusible applique product. I used this on my project this week. My project is this really cute little mug rug or coaster, and I use my Heat and Bond Light Sewable for my sunglasses, and the pattern for this for the sunglasses is into the blog for today's show. The blocks in my mug rug are from Little Diana. If you don't have Little Diana, this is a pattern that you would really use a lot. It's a fun split rail block with a little bit bigger center piece than the side pieces, and I love this a lot. So basically I've got 6 Little Diana blocks, and then I've got this fun amethyst backing, and I fused the sunglasses on here and just did a straight stitch around them, and I think it's super cute. So the question is, how do bright colors affect our thinking and our memory? Well, it's a really interesting question, and since our brains are so complex, the answer is a little complex too, but I think you'll enjoy knowing. First of all, this is something I didn't know, 80% of our sensory input comes to us through our sight, through our vision. So it's no wonder that we are so focused on things that are visual, because we get so much information that way. Color is also plays a role on how much we remember and how we feel about things that we remember. Specifically, red is strongly associated with an increased memory for negative words. That doesn't really surprise me, I guess. Red hot, angry red, red fire. Some of the words associated with red are things that are a little bit unpleasant. That one doesn't really surprise me. That's a high alert red, a high state of arousal. Green has more association with words that are positive. The grass is greener on the other side, right? I think of all kinds of words that are associated with green that have a more positive feeling, certainly, than red. White is interesting. White, which is used often in public areas and public places, can increase stress and decrease concentration. Something for schools and hospitals and all kinds of public places to think about. White is not our friend as it comes to helping us manage thinking and memory and mood. Finally, bright colors can help us feel better. They can be our emotional vitamins, one author said. Now, that is certainly true for me. If I'm having a gray day or a blue day and I put something bright in front of me, I'm likely to feel better. If it's midwinter and it's gray and white everywhere and there's no color outside, bright colors are going to really appeal to me. On the other hand, there are days where we want a little bit quieter. So I'm not advocating for only having bright colors in our environment. We want to think about color and how they make us feel and how we want to feel. But if you're looking for something to ramp up the energy and ramp up your alertness, certainly the brightness will really help. So grab yourself some of these great brights from Patrick Lowe's. Let's take one more look at the fabrics for today and the project and the notion and the things that we used for the fun projects. The first fabric I want to remind you of is Glam After 5. How fun is this? Bold and dark and gray and black and so cool. Glam Stainless, this medium gray. Love this one a lot. Glam Diamond, which I think it does have a little bit of glam texture, but it is, and you can kind of see it as I pull this one away. This would make a great background in all sorts of applications. Glam Amethyst is that bright purple, which is so pretty. Glam Starlight, isn't that fun? Turquoise and aqua and all kinds of values. Glam Gold Digger, this is bright and yellow and gold and love it, very sunshine. One of my favorites, this one is Glam Fire Opal. So that real pretty orange with the different shades of orange in the pixels. Glam Tourmaline, this bright pink, which is so popular right now. This looks like, you know who, Barbie. And then Glam Red Dress, and again, Glam Red Dress with Glam Black After 5. Woo, that's a hot combination. Glam Red Dress is a very pretty soft red. And then finally, this is Glam Ruby. So Ruby being the deeper, darker version of red, but equally pretty, and I love that one a lot as well. All of these brights are so awesome. The project I did this week was a really simple one. I used my Little Diana pattern and made myself some Little Diana blocks out of 3 colors. I had enough going on that I didn't want to pull out all of the colors, so I chose these 3. Made myself 6 blocks, used my Fusible batting for my stabilizer with the purple on the back, and then I made myself an applique of the sunglasses with the gold and the stainless, and I think they look really smashing. This will be a great mug rug, a great for my jar of lemonade, or just about anything summery here. The pattern for the sunglasses will be in the blog for today's show. My notion today is the Heat and Bond Light Sewable. It's fusible and sewable, meaning that your sewing machine needle will go through this very easily and not get gummed up. But it is a double-sided fusible, so you'll put this on the back side of your fabric, pull the paper off, and press it and fuse it, and it will be permanent. The last item on my list to remind you is Strips and Salsa. That's the quilt that is behind me and would be so much fun in all of these Patrick Lowe's bright colors. Well, thank you for another awesome One Yard Wednesday. I hope you love this little mug rug. I love these kinds of projects. And a mug rug with a small applique like this is a great opportunity to learn how to do a fusible applique if you haven't done it before. I'm Colleen from GE Designs. Today, my producer is Mr. GP. I'm so grateful for him. We hope that you grab yourself a Stripology ruler, some of these great Patrick Lowe's brights, and make yourself something wonderful. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.